Looks like from the Washington Capitals is coming on at 8:40 on today's show. And Jim Brewer, comedian, has been moved to 9 a.m. So a little schedule switch up there, just to let people know.
Yeah, and then we have, who else we have? We have Steve Sands from Golf Channel at 9:20.
Yes.
Talk some Tiger with him and talk about Robert Allenby. We're going to get into that in a second. And then we're going to have Robert Klemko, covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated, had a conversation with the Legion of Boom.
Lucky him. Got to
This
talk
week.
to the Legion of Boom.
We'll talk to him about the game.
Got to talk to
And, of course, we're taking your calls throughout if you want to chime in on anything.
800-636-1067.
All right, so Tiger we mentioned earlier in the show, and we talked about it yesterday. He was going to have his typical Tuesday press conference. And he did yesterday. It was on a little earlier than I thought. Valdez sends me a text. He goes, "You're sleeping on Tiger's press." I'm like, "It's 12:30."
Well, he gets out there, but
like,
early.
No, it started at 11:30.
Did you have your chair pulled up to the TV so you didn't miss anything?
I think I was watching CNN, just watching some of the storm coverage.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was right in front of the TV, so I switched over. And
By the way,
they ran the press conference like 18
I'm
times.
sure they did.
They just kept running
I mean,
it over
what else
and
do they
over and
have
over.
to talk about at this point? Golf related.
It's all Tiger and Allenby.
Yeah.
By the way, did it snow in New York City like 6 inches, and they were calling for like 30-some? Like,
Oh, yeah, they shut down the city.
I think they got 8 to 10,
they got 8 to 10.
but they didn't get what they thought they were going to
I
get.
mean, 8 to 10 is still significant.
Boston got pummeled.
Right.
Nantucket pummeled.
Right.
But, yeah, New York didn't get as much as they thought.
Right.
All right, but Tiger has his press conference yesterday, and of course we kind of goofed on him because of the whole tooth thing over in Italy when he was hanging out with Lindsay and he got the tooth knocked out. And
Was that the first question that was asked of him?
Wasn't the first.
No.
Yeah, because the guys that are on the beat, they probably don't want to, because they know if you grill them, that's it.
They want to lob a few softballs up there first.
Right? That's
Yeah.
the problem with Tiger in his people. If you grill Tiger, ask him a question that makes him uncomfortable, you're getting no access ever again.
Right.
Yeah.
You go on the S list
But
at that point.
I'm talking about these. He seems like he's more relaxed. Now, he'll probably go back to the Tiger that I'm used to seeing at some point this year. And this is the first tournament of the year, okay? And he's real happy off the course with Lindsay. And he's got the new swing coach. Apparently, he likes his swing better. He's hitting the ball further. So maybe he's comfortable with everything in his life. But he just seemed more likable yesterday for some reason. I enjoyed watching his press conference. He's goofing around with the media, unlike some of the other press conferences that he's
so it's
held over the
lighthearted
last.
Tiger?
Yes.
You guys wish it was lighthearted Tiger when you went
And you know what?
interviewed him.
And I think we talked about this last year. I think we talked about
He's
this.
unfunny.
Look, I think we talked about this last year.
Yeah.
Even when he played poorly. Remember 5 years ago, if he played poorly, it was one-word answers for 3 minutes and he was gone. But even last year when he played poorly, he still kind of talked about it and he kind of goofed around and he was a little bit more self-deprecating.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Maybe he's changing a little bit.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe. I just think he's a douche.
Maybe I'm
he's
naive.
a douche to the core. Just a bad
question.
guy. He's a bad guy.
Now with the story, with the tooth story, when I first heard it, I said, "There's just no way," because if someone knocked your tooth out with a camera, there would be visible damage on your mouth.
He'd raise holy hell too.
Yeah.
You would think.
Yeah, and remember, one of the race organizers said that it didn't happen.
Right.
That she was there. She said it didn't happen. No
Yeah.
camera hit the guy in the mouth, and she
Right.
took him away, and he was fine.
Right.
Now, yesterday he had the press conference, and he explained exactly what
Were you
happened.
grilling his tooth? Were you like...
Oh, his tooth.
Well, he's got new ones
got
now.
new ones now.
Right.
Yeah. He went through the whole deal.
He flew the next day.
Yeah, but were you like 6 inches from the TV, like grilling it,
the
looking
new
at
choppers
it?
look
No,
good.
you can't really see. They look fine.
And in fact, he said the one that was discolored, I believe it had a root canal before, which one of my front teeth, and I wasn't bumped by a cameraman, and my wife didn't hit me with a 9-iron, has a root canal.
Yeah.
And it's slightly discolored from the other one. So, I mean, that does happen. Now I think the two new sillies, they look like all the others. They actually worked out for him.
He said, and we're going to get to it, he said he flew the next morning, got on his private jet, flew to Florida to get it fixed.
Okay.
He didn't stay there in Italy and go to some dentist in Italy.
He's going to go to the best in
You
the
didn't go
world.
to Mario.
Right. All right, so this is
JP was so desperate for him to go to one of the locals.
Yeah, JP's stupid.
When they come down for the run, the top three are always there right there at the end of the run. After every race was completed, then they move that up on the hill so all the photographers can do their deal and their champagne or whatever it is out there in the middle of the run. Lindsay had finished, and I had walked up to the top. I still had my mask on. No one knew who I was. Trying to blend in because there's not a lot of brown dudes at ski races. Okay. Jesus. So, yeah, I mean, hey, We blend in, don't we? Yeah. So that was the whole idea of why I wore the mask. And then I came up above, and I was looking down, and all the camera guys are below me on their knees or standing or getting on the ground, moving all around, trying to get a picture because she's hugging people, saying congratulations to the other racers as they're coming down. Some already finished, some already in the changing area. And the dude with one of the video cameras on his shoulder was kneeling right in front of me, stood up, turned, and caught me square in the mouth. So he chipped that one, cracked the other one, and so then, I'm trying to, I'm trying to keep this thing on so the blood's not all over the place. And luckily that's the one that chipped. So, but the other one had to be fixed as well because it had cracks all through it.
Did you have it fixed there, or did you have to wait till you get home? How much pain?
Oh, Jesus, the flight home was a joke. I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink until he fixed them, until they put the temporaries on. I couldn't have anything touch it, even breathing hurt.
Is he doing his presser from the back of like an Apache helicopter? I know he did the SEAL training, but is he really like rappelling down off a rope?
Well, I mean,
he's getting
Tiger's
his-
there. There's cameras everywhere. There's choppers everywhere.
Listen, he gives all the details. I still
He's
don't
sticking
believe
to
him.
He's sticking to the story.
I think there would have been more blood. I didn't see a speck of blood on that handkerchief that he had, whatever that thing is called.
With the mask he had.
The mask he
mask.
had.
His
What is
zinger
it, from
about
Call
Brown-
of Duty or something?
The
Yeah.
zinger about
something
brown
like that.
dudes at the ski event's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Tiger, it's an A+.
And he had some other zings in there. I mean, it was a 15-minute presser, but
Didn't he at one
he
point?
just looked more relaxed to me.
Okay, maybe he is. Maybe he's got a new girlfriend on the side. I don't know. I thought I read somewhere that he alluded to. God, what is it? Now I'm gonna have to go back over it.
He talked about going to the Super Bowl. He said the plan is to go to the Super Bowl. Now they end the final round a little bit earlier for that reason.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he talked about going to the Super Bowl. He talked about how the Raiders weren't in it, and he's bitter. He didn't like the draft pick they're going to get.
The one thing I have in common with Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
we
you're
like
both
the
Raiders
terrible
fans.
football team.
Yeah. I wish one of the reporters would say, "You're going to get Amari Cooper. He's money." What are you talking about?
Did he look significantly like bigger or thicker?
No,
or...
he's lost weight.
Yeah, he
That's
looks
what I
skinnier.
had heard. And then I saw somebody on my timeline said Tiger looks huge.
No, he's not
No.
huge. He's lost weight
It's-
because he had the flu for 3 weeks after he played in December out in California. Lost some weight, and he talked about it. He said he's just starting to gain the weight back, but he's
Right.
thinner.
Right.
He's definitely thinner.
His face looks old too.
Did anybody ask him
Well, I
about
mean, he's 38.
his chipping?
39.
Did he get,
39.
has he got his chipping in order?
He
Has
said
he talked about that?
He said he's
The
been
short
hitting
game.
thousands of chips.
Aside from his tooth chipping, because he talked about that in the presser. I got that in between the helicopter rotors
Yeah, he's-
twirling.
I just don't believe him on that. I don't know what
Of
the
course not.
alternative is. There's no way he would go over there without the tooth. This doesn't make any sense. But I feel like there would be blood everywhere, and there would.
Well, he said there was.
I know he said it, but I saw no visual evidence.
I know,
of
but
it.
you only saw a still photo.
If there's no picture,
Right, but
it didn't happen.
But Jason, I think I would have seen blood on that stupid Call of Duty or whatever
His
it
mask.
was. His mask.
Well, maybe
His
it was,
disguise.
Maybe it was all inside.
From what video game?
Ghost
Ghost Recon.
Recon.
His Ghost Recon. What
Yeah,
a nerd.
he talked about that too.
You know, he's such a nerd.
He's definitely a nerd.
Nothing in common with
Eric,
that dude.
maybe all the blood was kind of inside the mask. You just couldn't see it.
You're that
Okay.
nerd.
Again, I would have believed it if the woman didn't come out and say that didn't happen. The woman, the race organizer, came out and said it didn't happen. I saw him right after.
Well, weren't there hundreds of people there? Wouldn't somebody else have corroborated the story? Another media member have said, "Hey, yeah, you know what? I saw it. She backed into him."
Well,
or he
unless the
backed him.
camera hit it and he kind of just went off in the corner and just
I'm
was
telling
holding
you,
his
if
mouth.
a cameraman knocked Tiger Woods' tooth out, there would be an international incident
Right,
like
there'd be a
North
stink
Korea.
about it.
Like North Korea launched a nuke. Okay,
Well,
that's the kind of incident we'd be talking about.
But like he was saying in the presser, he didn't think most of those people knew it was him.
Right, but he would have raised a stink.
Well, maybe not. If he didn't want to be recognized, maybe it's embarrassing.
Maybe.
I don't know what I believe on that.
I don't
All right?
believe him.
He's sticking to the story.
I believe he came there missing a chiclet, and somehow it got photographed, and he came up with this wackadoo story.
See, I don't think
to
he would
cover
go in
his
public.
tracks.
I don't think he would go in public that way.
Well, that's why he had the mask.
Maybe.
Yeah, the mask
Maybe
wasn't
he's-
because it was cold. The mask was
Well,
to
he
cover
said
up
he
his
was
missing
there to
tooth.
surprise Lindsay.
Yeah.
I don't know
I know.
why. I don't know why he likes that beef eater anyway. I don't know.
What are you talking about? She's hot.
I don't. She's so beefy.
She's kind of
Maybe-
hot.
She's
Maybe-
like Valdez with blonde hair.
She's strong as an ox.
I just Yeah, I don't know. I think
She's
it's
way
like-
hotter than Valdez with a wig.
Yeah, put a blonde
Oh,
wig on
definitely is.
Valdez. I think you got Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah. Tweet Maravich, you got your next Photoshop right there.
All right, so an hour later, Robert Allenby had his press conference.
Oh my God! Just one train wreck after
Yeah,
another.
and he stuck to his story like we all thought he would.
This is the guy that was at the strip club and was trying to get laid.
I was
and
at the winery.
He basically says he doesn't remember anything
I was at a wine bar.
for 2.5 hours of his life.
Those strippers.
Do you have anything on this? All right.
As I said, from 11:06 to 1:27 in the morning is a complete blank.
No memory of a strip club?
No memory of that. You know, I probably shouldn't answer that question, but I will. And there's no way in the world of what I drank could do what was done to me. Not a chance in the world. The truth hasn't really come out, and a lot of speculations. There's no proof to anything. So, as I said, the detectives are doing the best job possible, and they will get to the bottom of it. And hopefully we'll hear something by the end of this week.
I'm the Australian Ewad.
He blamed the media. He was salty.
I hit me head on a lava rock.
Stupid.
I got wasted in Baltimore one day and woke up underneath an overpass. I don't even know if this is an Australian accent.
That's close enough.
Could be South African.
It's the same thing.
All right, so if you have any comments on that, any thoughts, give us a call 800-636-1067.
What a dope
All right, real
he
quick,
is.
let's go to Fernando in Springfield. Hey, Fernando, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey,
How's it
man,
going?
what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, so I actually have a little insight on this Toothgate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
ordeal.
Toothgate. Toothgate, I love it.
Everything's got a
yeah.
gate at the end.
Yeah,
I
we're good.
actually
I like
have
the bit.
a,
Were you a witness over there?
No. I have a fake tooth, actually, and I went to a bar with my boys in Clarendon not too long ago,
Right.
and this freaking manatee elbowed me, this chick, and literally...
Was it Lindsey
Yeah.
Vonn?
Yeah, I think so. And literally, my fake one completely broke in half, and my real one chipped.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the whole blood thing is a lie. You
Right.
just didn't want to get caught looking like Jim Carrey because all my boys are making fun of me that I look like Jim Carrey after
Jim
that
Carrey.
ordeal.
Listen, I'm with you. I agree. Tiger's lying for some reason, but what is the alternative? Like, why would he go out in public without that tooth in there? Or if it was something as innocuous as maybe he took a bite out of something and it broke, or he bumped into something, why wouldn't he just say the truth?
Tiger came and partied with me, knocked his tooth out.
I just don't think he wanted to be seen with a huge chip.
Yeah, but why would he go out in public with the chip?
Because
Like,
he loves Lindsay. He wanted to surprise her. He wanted to be there.
Where do you think it occurred? What, in other words, if it wasn't a cameraman, which I don't think it was, because I think again there would have been an incident like North Korea launched a nuke. He would have made such a stink about it. You know, imagine how Tiger reacts when people move in his backswing.
when they
take a
he
picture.
hears like the
Right.
the lens shuttering, whatever it's called.
If somebody knocks out his tooth, he's gonna
Eric.
go bananas.
Here, Eric, bring in your like $10,000 camera.
Yeah.
All right, and then hit me in the face with it. We'll see if my tooth falls
Okay.
out.
I want to
That's
see
a great,
that.
great bit.
I would love to see that.
I'll back into it with my big
Yeah.
300 millimeter lens.
Yeah, your silly lens.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
see if it comes out.
All right, so you got the tooth fixed, obviously, bro?
Yeah, I got it fixed. I went to go see my dentist. He wanted to put a whole brand new one in there. I'm like, dude, that's going to take forever. I'm going to rock this little nubby plastic-looking thing until the real one, is a mess. So I just had him just, like, fill it or whatever, and it's okay for now until I drink another beer bottle.
You mean you didn't fly on your private jet to Florida and go see the best dentist in the world?
Yeah.
Nope, I hopped
Didn't
in my
happen.
little nubby Honda Fit.
Right.
Didn't happen.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you,
for the
brother.
call.
Appreciate it.
Don't forget, coming up on the show later, Jim Brewer, comedian at 9 a.m., and Brooks Like from your Washington Capitals at 8:40.